Good day, Philippines, or good morning. Karon masaysay na to ang sulod sa chapter 7, which is about the Philippine Human Rights Principle. Nya karon ma-identify nato ang role sa ASEAN in the development of human rights principle in the Philippines. Nya ang kaduha ma-describe ang role of the Philippine government in relation to human rights. Ang katulo ma-explain nato ang importance sa 1987 Philippine Constitution concerning human rights. Ang kaupat, ma-describe na to, ma-appreciate na to ang provisions of the Article 3 in the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Ang kalima, ma-identify na to ang social justice o ang kinalasan, ma-explain na to ang 7 key areas for prioritization of social justice in the Philippines. Under this chapter, atong makuan, according to Jose Diokno, the 1987 Philippine Constitution daw is a human right that is more than a legal concept. They are the essence of men. Deny them and you deny men humanity. Filipinos give highest value to the dignity and fullness of life of the human person and share a common aspiration for human rights. Respecting human rights is the foundation of the Filipino society. Number 1 dyan na sa Pilipinas, no? Sa itong mga kapilipinohan, ang pagrespeto. Yeah, first of all, kinsa man ni si Jose Diokno? Si Jose Diokno is a prominent Filipino lawyer and human rights advocate. Articulated a profound understanding of human rights, emphasizing their fundamental nation and intrinsic connection to the human dignity. Nya mao to giingon, according to Jose, human rights is more than a legal concept daw sa presence sa men. Filipino gives highest value to the dignity and fullness of life of the human person and share a common aspiration. Nya according niya, respect human rights is a foundation jud sa ato ang pagka-Pilipino. The Association of Southeast Asia Nations, are also known as ASEAN, is a regional organization that brings together 10 Southeast Asia countries. Number 1 is Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Founded in 1967, ASEAN's primary objectives are to promote economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in the region, as well as to maintain regional peace and stability. The ASEAN Charter is a landmark document that serves as the constitution of the Association of Southeast Asia Nations, adopted in 2007 and entering into force in 2008. It represents a significant step towards strengthening ASEAN's legal framework and institutionalizing its regional integration efforts. Naani siya yung mga positive impact, which is ma-increase ang legal framework, ASEAN Summit Asia, Community Council, political.
Here are the guiding principles set by the Charter to its members. Article 2, Section 2. Respect for sovereignty. Each member states respect the independence, sovereignty, equality, and territorial integrity and identity of other members. Second, commitment to peace and security. Members work together to promote peace, security, and prosperity in the region. Third, no aggression, threats, or actions against international law are rejected. Fourth, peaceful dispute resolution. Members rely on peaceful means to settle conflicts. Fifth, non-interference. ASEAN avoids interfering in the internal matters of member states. Sixth, freedom from internal interference. Every state has the right to exist without interference from outsiders. 7. Consultation. Members consult each other on issues affecting the region. 8. Rule of law democracy. ASEAN promotes democracy, good governance, and constitutional government. 9th, human rights and social justice. The group respects human rights and works to promote social justice. 10th, upholding international laws. ASEAN aligns with the United Nations Charter and humanitarian laws. 11. Avoid threatening stability. Members avoid policies or actions that could harm the sovereignty, stability, or economy of other states. 12. Cultural respect. The organization respects the cultures, languages, and religions of all its members. 13. Central role of ASEAN takes the lead in managing external relations on political, economic, social, and cultural matters. And the last is rules-based trade. Members adhere to fair trade practices.
The ASEAN Charter emphasizes promoting social justice by improving the well-being of its people. It aims to ensure equitable opportunities for development, reduce poverty, and narrow development gaps within the region through cooperation. The ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights, created in 2009. It is a key regional body for advancing human rights. It has a main goal. So first goal is promoting and protect human rights in Asia. Second, ensuring peace, dignity, and prosperity for the people of Asia. Third, supporting Asians' broader goals and outlined in the Charter. Fourth, respecting cultural and historical differences while promoting human rights. Fifth, strengthening regional cooperation in human rights. And last is upholding international human rights standards.
Good morning, ma'am. My topic is all about the mandate and function of the ASEAN Human Rights Body include developing strategy to promote and protect human rights, creating an ASEAN Human Rights Declaration for cooperation, raising awareness through education and research, supporting capacity building for international human rights obligation, encouraging Asian states to ratify international human rights instrument, promoting the implementation of Asian human rights instrument, providing advisory service on human rights to Asians body.
Next, the Working Group for an Asian Human Rights Mechanism. Ang Working Group for an Asian Human Rights Mechanism usa ka grupo nga nagtrabaho aron mapalambo ang mga rights sa tao sa South Asian region. Siya ang organization sa mga human rights na nalista sa ASEAN Charter. Ang ilang pangunang katuyuan mao ang pagtukod ug pagpalig-on sa mga mechanism na nagpanalipod sa mga rights sa tao ug sa region. Ang working group naglangkob sa mga national working groups nga nag-represent sa taga-state sa ASEAN. Ang mga member ani gikan sa mga agency sa gobyerno, mga komite sa Congress, mga national rights institutions, mga university o mga NGO. Sa pagkakaroon adunay NWGS sa mga 7 ka states. Usani Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, ug Vietnam. Sunod, then Asian Human Rights Declaration. On November 18, 2012, ang Association of Southeast Asian Nations nag-adapt sa Asian Human Rights Declaration. Its goal is to help establish usa ka framework alang sa cooperation sa mga rights sa tao sa region o pagpalig-on sa community sa ASEAN. Ang mga unang principle sa AHRD are the following. Sa Ang tanang tao nga gawas nun og equal indemnity of rights, every person adunay rights and freedom ug mga katungod nga walay bisan unsang kalainan. Ang matag tao na ay katungod sa pagkilala sa tanang dapit isip usa ka tawo sa tubangan sa law.
Human and People's Right Declaration of the Philippines, HPRD, adopted in 2001. So, it emphasized the Filipinos' values of dignity, equality, and shared aspiration for human rights. It recognized the Philippines' history of fighting oppression and assert universal, interdependent, and inalienable right to life, dignity, and development as essential for fulfilling all civil, political, social, and cultural needs.
Good evening, ma'am. So my report is all about Asian Human Rights Declaration. So Asian Human Rights Declaration emphasized that those women, children, and elderly and persons with disabilities, migrant workers, or marginalized group are integral, individual, and interdependent. It asserts that these individuals have the right to remedies, balanced responsibilities, and freedom of exercise with respect for others.
Civil rights. Civil rights are fundamental protections that ensures individuals' freedom and dignity. This includes a right to life, liberty, security, and property. It protects individuals' fundamental existence, freedom, safety, and ownership of property. B. Right to transparent justice system. It ensures fair, credible, and impartial legal processes. C. Right to security and privacy. Safeguards personal and home privacy from intrusion. D. Right against self-incrimination. It protects individuals from being forced to testify against themselves. E. Right to humane detention. Guarantees humane treatment and conditions for detainees. F. Right against involuntary disappearances. Protects against enforced or unexplained disappearances. Political rights. Political rights empower individuals to participate in governance and public life. This includes a. Right to live in a democracy. It ensures governance by the people respecting the democratic principles. B. Right to representation and participation. It allows individuals to have a voice in decisions affecting them. C. Right to public information. It guarantees access to information on matters of public interest. D. Right to participate in welfare matters. It enables involvement in issues affecting personal and community well-being. E. Freedom of expression and assembly. It protects speech, press, associations, and peaceful protest. F. Equal access to public service. It ensures fair opportunities to serve in public offices. And last, right to oppose tyranny. Grants the ability to resist oppressive regimes through lawful and human rights-based means.
Number 3, social and cultural rights. First, katungod sa panglawas. For example, libre nga tambal o check-up. Kaduha, katungod sa edukasyon. Libre o kalidad nga eskwelahan. Tulo, serbisyo sosyal. Tabang sa mga nanginhanglan. Katungod sa kabataan, pagatiman o edukasyon o bakuna. Katungod sa kababaihan. Pantay nga katungod sa tanan aspekto. Reproductibo, desisyon sa anak o family planning. Lungmad o moro, protection sa ilang yuta o kultura. May kapansanan, espesyal o access sa serbisyo. Senior citizen, diskwento o special nga benefisyo. Ikaapat, economic rights. Nasudnong ekonomiya, protektahan ang ekonomiya batok sa mga dayuhan. For example, dili ibaligya ang yuta sa mga dayuhan. Maayong trabaho, hustong sweldo, luwas nga trabaho. For example, panghatag og overtime pay, mag-uuma o mangingisda, mapag-iyas ang yuta o makagamit sa kadagatan. For example, tinuod nga impormasyon or informa sa yuta. Ikalima, collective rights, pagbuhat sa kaugalingon, magpreserba sa kultura. For example, protektahan ang kultura sa mga human, limpyo nga kalikupan, luwas o sustainabiling palibot. For example, supakon ang polusyon o paayong katimban malimnaw ang patas, komunidad, for example, tawag sa mga kabos.
To make their own decisions about their areas as long as they follow the law. Furthermore, the state has regions with special independence. This refers to autonomous regions mentioned in Article 10 of the 1987 Constitution. Autonomous region such as Muslim Mindanao and Cordillera Administrative Region, they have the authority to govern themselves, like creating their own laws, developing their culture, and managing resources while still being part of the Philippines. Another principle is the separation of church and state. This ensures that religion and government is remain separate. A religious group cannot control the government, while the government cannot interfere with religious practices. So the thing that you must also need to know is people have the right to participate in government decision. This is supported by Article 13 of Section 16 of the 1987 Constitution. This article means that people have the right to be part of decision when it affects them, whether it is about a law or community issues, big national concerns. The government must listen to people's voices and create ways for them to participate, like public consultation, hearings, or citizen forums. Then lastly, government powers are divided into branches. As we already know, our government is split into three branches. First, we have the executive, where the president is, the legislative, the Congress, and judicial or court. Each branch has its own responsibility, and one branch cannot take over another's job unless the Constitution allows it. And that's
all about the 1987 Philippine Constitution. The 1987 Philippine Constitution is the fundamental law of the Philippines, enacted after People Power Revolution with Atlas Ferdinand Marcos. It reestablished a democratic government with a separation of powers among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. The Constitution guarantees individual rights through Bill of Rights, promotes social justice, and establish principles for mixed economy. It also provides mechanisms for checks and balances, accountability of public officials, and human rights protection. Amendments can be through Congress or a constitutional convention with a ratification of the people. The Constitution remains a key document in upholding Philippine democracy. The three branches include executive branch, which is headed by the president, and both held state and the government. Two, legislative branch, which consists of Senate and House of Representatives. and the judicial branch. It's led by the Supreme Court, with the lower courts administering justice and interpreting laws. That's all. Thank you.
I will the one will report the Article 3 Bill, the Bill of Rights. So, provide a brief overview of the Article 3 of the Philippines Constitution. Emphasize its importance in defining the relationship between the individual and the state. State the purpose of the Bill of Rights to protect individuals from the abuse of the state power and promote democratic ideas. So, managay mo nga rights to protect sa mga akusado nga sa gobyerno and articulate how it limits the state's powers, highlights its similarity to the U.S. Constitution's provisions, and we have three classes of rights. First is natural rights, second is constitutional rights, and third one is statutory rights. So, discuss the type of rights includes constitutional, economic, social, cultural, and political. This mentioned the government's responsibility to uphold these rights. Classes of rights use Munoz classification to explain the three categories. The first one is natural rights. Natural rights define and provide examples, for example, right to life and dignity. The second one is constitutional rights. Constitutional rights explains right provided and guaranteed by the Constitution. The third one is statutory rights. Discuss the rights guaranteed by laws, for example, minimum wage, 13-month pay, paternal leaves. So, summarize the significance of the Bill of Rights and preserving democratic values and individual freedoms. That's all.
Divisions of Constitutional Rights, Lazo 2009, P85. 1. Political rights. These are the rights of a citizen as regards to his or her participation in the administration of the government. Examples are the rights to vote and to be elected to a public office. Political rights are the rights that allow citizens to participate directly or indirectly in the governance and decision-making process of their country. These rights enable individuals to take part in the selection of their leaders.
Substantive due process is a legal principle that protects individuals from government actions that infringe on fundamental rights, regardless of whether proper legal procedures are followed. It ensures that laws and government actions are fair, reasonable, and do not violate basic rights such as life of liberty. Halimbawa, ang substantive due process, kung maghimo o balaod ang gobyerno nga walay klarong rason, mahimo kaning i-question tungod kay dili kini moagi sa substantive due process. Procedural due process is a legal principles that ensures the government follows fair and proper procedures before depriving a person of life and liberty. Or proper, it guarantees that individuals are given notice of any legal actions against them, an opportunity to be heard, and fair decisions made by an impartial authority. So, halimbawa, aning procedural due process, kung gusto sa gobyerno nga paon ang yuta sa usa ka tawo, kinahanglan usa nila nga masabton ang tag-iya. Kung hatagan siya og higayon nga istorya sa iyang depensa o hearing, kung walay hustong proseso, mahimo kining supakon sa tag-iya o mahimo kining illegal. Administrative due process ensures government agencies follows fair procedures for making decisions that affect individuals' rights. It requires proper notice, a chance to evidence-based decisions to prevent arbitrary or unfair actions. Halimbawa, aning administrative due process, kung ang usa ka empleyado sa gobyerno gustong sibakon or terminate sa iyang trabaho, ang ahensya kinahanglan maghatag og notice or pasidaan nga hatagan siya og higayon nga mobarog sa iyang depensa o hearing. Kung himuon ang desisyon based sa klaro nga patas nga basihan. Kung walay tarong nga process mahimo kini mo makonsiderar nga valid.
What are search warrant and warrant of arrest? Search warrant search a specific location like a house or a car for specific items related to a crime. Warrant of arrest. Arrest a specific person, bring the person who committed the crime to face their charges. Why do we need this warrant? To protect people's right, the government needs a legal reason to search someone's property or arrest them. This is to prevent unnecessary searches and seizures. What is probable cause? Probable cause is a legal standard that means there is enough evidence to believe that a crime has been committed or that a specific person committed a crime. A judge must determine if there is probable cause before issuing a search warrant or warrant of arrest. To get a warrant, you need to convince the judge that you have strong reason to believe the person committed a crime. This is where the probable cause comes in. If the judge agrees, they issue the warrant, allowing you to take action. And the goal is to balance the need to investigate crimes and protecting people's rights and privacy.
So I will be continuing about arrest without warrant. So arrest without warrant is allowed when the offense is committed in the officer's presence or there is a probable cause based on personal knowledge that a crime has just been committed.
So, good morning. So, this is all about the provision of the Philippines Constitution 1987. So, number one, so just compensation for private property that were taken for public use, Article 3, Section 9. So, this when public property is taken for public use, the government must fairly compensate the owner. So that's it. So number 2, the right for the obligation of contract, Article 3, Section 10. So this law cannot impair the validity, enforceability of existing contracts. So number 3, the right of person under investigation for the communication of an offense, Article 3, Section 12. So this one is a person under investigation has right, including being informed of these rights, access to counsel, protection from coercion or torture. So this is the right bail against insincere condition except discharge with offenses punishable by reclusion perpetual evidence of guilt wrong, Article 3, Section 13. So this one, those arrested have the right to.
Hello everyone. What is social justice? Social justice refers to a political and philosophical theory that focuses on the concept of fairness in relation between individuals in society and equal access to wealth, opportunities, and social privilege. So, example, fair wages and working condition. This means everyone has a fair chance at a living wage and safe working condition regardless of their race, gender, or sexual orientation. Next, 5 principles of social justice. Number 1, access to resources. Access to resources, this refers to the extent to which different socioeconomic groups receive equal access to give everyone an equal start in life. Example, education. Education access to an equality school, leverage educational materials and tutoring service. Number 2, empathy. Empathy, this refers to how individuals are given tools specific to their needs and socioeconomic status in order to move towards similar outcomes. Example, employment. Unemployment. Might employment target recruitment effort to attract candidates from underrepresented groups or provided mentorship and training programs to help employees.
Diversity. Mao ni siya ang kanang kalahian sa kada tawo, like sa unsay lang tuhuhan nga kanang religion, kanang cultural differences, race, social status, and gender preferences. Fundamental ni siya sa atuang societies that respects the civil, economic, and political, cultural, and legal rights of individuals, organizations, and governments. It plays a significant role sa social justice and forms a foundational part sa concept sa social justice. 7 key areas of prioritization. First is labor. So, unsa man siya ang labor? Mani siya ang maghatag og full protection para sa ato ang mga workers, both local and overseas, as well as organized and unorganized workers. It also guarantees a list of rights such as self-organization, collective bargaining, and negotiations, peaceful concerted activities, security of tenure, humane working conditions, and living wage. Urban land reform and housing. It addresses issues related to land ownership, access to affordable housing, and improvement of living conditions in cities. Urban land reform and housing are designed to promote equitable access to land and housing, ensuring cities develop in a sustainable and inclusive manner. Agrarian and natural resource reform. These are policies and actions that aims to improve the management, distribution, and sustainable use of land and natural resources to promote economic development and social equity and environmental sustainability. It also focuses on land redistribution, improving access to natural resources, enhancing productivity, and protecting ecosystems. Mo-provide sila og kanang yuta para sa ato ang mga farmers para matamnan nila.
Health. So the state prioritizes the needs of the underprivileged, sick, elderly, disabled, women, and children by ensuring affordable access to health, essential goods, and social services. So it must establish a food and drug regulatory system and a special agency for the rehabilitation integration for disabled person. So this is section 11 to 13. So number 5 is women. So the state safeguards working women by ensuring safe and healthful work accommodation, accommodating maternal function, and promoting their welfare and potential. So this is section 14. So number 6 is people organization. So it recognizes the role of independent organization and ensures public participation in social, political, economic decision making. So this is section 15 to 16. So lastly is human rights. So it establishes the Commission on Human Rights to promote and protect our human rights. So this is section 18. So that summarizes all of our topic, and that's all. Thank you.